taught right here. When the Jewish people made their way to the temple at least 3 times a year, they had to come all the way to Jerusalem if they were post-bar mitzvah age, and all the commotion you heard when you walked in here was the bar mitzvah ceremonies being held, because it's Monday today. On Mondays and Thursdays were the days that Ezra the scribe used to read publicly the law to the people, and therefore these are the 2 days of the week. Today we have bar mitzvah services held right by the Wailing Wall. Now, when the Jewish people made it to Jerusalem on their pilgrimage, they will reach a place like this area, which was the main entrance for the lay Jewish pilgrims to enter to the grounds of the Temple Mount with their sacrificial animal that they just purchased a few minutes ago in one of the markets. And they would go through the ritual baths, which we found lots of them all over this area. Once they were totally cleansed, they would put on them some white toga, white robe, and careful not to touch any impure object, they made their way up through that triple gate, which is now sealed off, right there next to that group, behind that group, and they would enter to the grounds of the Temple Mount, not before they paid a half a shekel tax for the priest that was waiting right there. Once they were done with their duty, they made their way back outside through a double gate, which we only see half of it, because this crusader structure, which was completed by the Muslims, the Turks later on, did not exist here, obviously 2,000 years ago. This whole structure is kind of new. It's 800 years old. So if you just remove this structure, you would reveal the entire double gate that existed there. And once they came out, they were already at ease. They fulfilled their duty. They're no longer in a rush. And this is where they were seated, and that's where the rabbis taught. We believe this is where many of the important figures in the New Testament gave very important teachings. I'm sure we're going to hear about it. And of course, this is today the Southern Steps area. The area was excavated in the 1930s and 40s under the British, and then starting from the late 60s, when Israel got back to the old city in 1967, this place is going through major excavations. In the 1990s, this park was open, and today everybody is welcome to sit on the Southern Steps where the most important teachings in Jerusalem were given. So this is the place, and I believe it's time for us to enter into an atmosphere of worship. Before we do that, we'll take our maybe group picture. Can we? We'll take our group pictures, then we're going to sing, and we'll have our teaching.